Hi, my name is Beth Hiley. I'm here once again for BoardGameGeek at Essen 2011. I'm sitting with Gil, who I met last night. Hi. And he's going to show us a series of 3 games. And the first one we're going to look at is Vintage. And actually, could you grab me the box top there? Because, oh, beautiful. Because we'll just do a little shout out on what the box looks like. So why don't you take it away and give us, we're just going to do a quick overview of Vintage.
Okay, this game is about the Douro Valley, that it's a world heritage, and it's represented on the board by this map, and the production of port wine. This game is for 2 to 4 players, and the objective of the game is to make most vintage points to the end of the game.
So we got a little wine score tracker on the edge.
Exactly.
There.
So the board is divided in 3 sub-regions, and each region have 4 estates and 1 port that serves that estates. Okay.
All color coded in the same region there.
Exactly. The game starts with one estate ready for production for every player. And each player, we have a board, personal board, with what's the boat the ship has inside. In this case, nothing. The ship starts here in Vila Nova de Gaia, and with 1 brandy barrel. Well, the general idea how to play is each player has action ships, and an overseer is the same. He does the same, but with a different power. And he can do a series of actions that are represented in the board. So, what can he do when he plays? When he plays, he puts a ship in an action that he wants to do. For example, buying an estate. And when he buys an estate, he pays that estate with the vintage points that he started. Every player starts with 3 vintage points. In this case, he must put in here. If I'm a second player, I must put 2, and the third player 3. Okay, so as you can see, the overseer, I will explain as an advantage, because the overseer, for example, the gray player, instead of putting 3, can put the overseer in here.
So the overseer could go in any of these placement spots.
Any place but the boat, the ship. The overseers always stay in the estate looking for the vineyards. Okay, so now you have the estate, and you have to produce, but you cannot produce because you don't have vineyards. So the vineyards, the 5 most normal kind of vineyard grapes that are used in the port wine production are represented in here. And so when you do an action, you pick one of them, for example, yellow, and you put it there. So when you have 3 different, they must always be different. They are ready for production. In the case that you have 5, your bonus or quality of the estate is becoming higher. So this one is 4, should be a 5. If I found one, yeah, that's one here. Okay, 5. Okay, because they have 5 different.
Full board.
Okay. So when you are ready for production, now you put in the production in the production of the estate. How many barrels do you produce? Each sub-region is marking in here 2 barrels, 3 barrels, 4 barrels. In this case, this estate is 4 barrels, so it produces 4 barrels. Barrels? Is the way we say it? Barrels?
Yep, barrels.
Barrels. And the quality of these barrels are the quality of the estate, 5.
Depending on how many different varieties you have.
Yeah, no, and it's the quality of the estate plus the quality of the year. In this case, it's 1, so 1 plus 5, 6. You put it in here. The game lasts 7 rounds, 7 years. When the last year ends, everybody counts the vintage points. So now you have the estate ready, it's full of barrels. You have to pick the barrels and bring them to the cellar. So you move your boat, you move your ship. How do you move your ship? for each cell, each action that you put it in here, you move one. 1, 2, 3.
And I see there's a nice reminder there that no overseer.
Yes, but to go down the river, down the stream of the river, it's easier. So you just have to use one action. Use one action, you go here. So when you arrive here, you put the barrels inside of your ship, and then you go back. When you go back, you choose which side of, or what kind of port wine do you want to produce, Ruby or Tawny. In terms of gameplay, the only thing that's matter, Tawny gives you less points, but it's easier to go to the top, and Ruby it gives you more points, but it's more difficult. So, for example, I put it in here. Okay. So now I have another action that I can do here. It's an aging process. I put it in here and I throw a dice that's have 1, 2, or 3. So for example, in this case, I can put it, for example, 2. I throw the dice, 2 plus 6, it's 8. So I will see here in which category the wine goes. This one goes Tawny here, so 8. And I put it here. Because this row is full, I must put this barrel in here.
And I'm guessing these are the sides for the ruby.
Exactly. So now I have this row completely, so it's 3 points. I take it out and I mark it here, 1, 2, 3 points. The final, there are other actions that you can use. This one is to be the first player in the beginning of the game, when the first play is by draw. But in the rest of the game, a player who puts in here wins this tile and he becomes the first player in the next rounds. Also, you have vinhas velhas, old vineyards. They are not a specific kind of grapes, but are very, very old vineyards that gives to the wine a very good quality. So when a state is in this site, only in this sub-region, when you buy old vineyard and you put it here, the quality of your vineyard going up 1 immediately. So it's, but only as 3 cubes,
so
and you have 4 estates, very limited. Finally, the cards. When you want a card, there are 4 cards in the beginning and the rest of the cards here in the blind. When you want a card, you put it in here and you pick a card. And also, when you want to use the card, you put it in here. It doesn't matter the side, or here or here. It's the same. You put it in here and you use the card. What these cards do, they do the same thing in here, but with additional bonus. For example, here, I can, for example, this one, vintage here, you can pass from the cellars to the storehouse immediately one barrel, so you win immediately 4 points. Basically, that's the game that lasts more or less 1 hour and a half, and this game also comes with a simple version. This is the normal version. The simple version, you use it the other side of the board, where you have much less options and it's a little bit more luck driven, but it's a way of, we call newcomers to the board game world.
And does it play a little faster?
Yes, it's much more simple, but maybe in this way we find new gamers for this kind of games.
All right, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move the pieces onto the board and slide it that way while you get out your next game. Gently, though. Now, just while you're getting stuff out, is this, are you guys selling this at the fair right now?
Yes, we are selling this also in Spain, Portugal, Germany. Heidelberger is our distributor. And we are also selling this in the United States via Alliance. We hope next year we'll be in Gen Con with this game.
Oh, okay.